Tsunayashiro, fearing the Soul King's power, tore off the right arm of stillness and the left arm of progress. The other ancestors joined in, mutilating the Soul King, tearing out his heart, his organs, dismembering his legs as well, in order to create a puppet king for their convenience.
The fragmentation of the Soul King, a primordial sin.
The story of the Soul King's fragmentation is a tragic tale of ambition, fear, and the enduring consequences of a primordial act of violence. It speaks to the complexities of power, the fragility of balance, and the eternal struggle between darkness and light within the Bleach universe.
5 noble families, 5 traitors.
In the dawn of Soul Society, 5 powerful beings, the ancestors of the 5 noble families, conspired to reshape the world. Though united in their goal, their motives were disparate and fraught with individual desires. Tsunayashiro, driven by a lust for power, sought to control the Soul King's incomprehensible abilities. Another ancestor, haunted by the abyss, yearned to create a barrier to seal the depths of hell. Kuchiki, a proponent of order, craved a structured and predictable world. Shihoin, fueled by ambition, aimed to propel the stagnant world forward, ushering in an era of progress and change. And Shiba, a compassionate soul, dreamed of a world where hollows, beings born of despair, could find peace and coexistence. To achieve their ambitious goals, they required a power source of unimaginable magnitude, the Soul King. Exploiting his almighty power, they manipulated Adnyeus to perform the separation of the worlds, culminating with the fragmentation of the Soul King himself. This act of betrayal and violence would forever scar the fabric of reality, leaving a legacy of imbalance and conflict.
The great noble families and the Kamiyo-nanayo.
The great noble families, with their long history and pervasive influence in Soul Society, bear a striking resemblance to the Kamiyo-nanayo, the 7 generations of gods who emerged after the creation of the world in Japanese mythology. Both represent lineages of power and authority, shaping the course of events and maintaining order within their respective realms. The great noble families' role in creating Soul Society and their connection to the Soul King mirror the Kamiyo-nanayo's role in establishing the foundations of the Japanese mythological world. This parallel draws a fascinating connection between the Bleach universe and Japanese mythology, suggesting that the Soul King's fragmentation may be a reimagining of ancient creation myths, where primordial beings are often sacrificed to establish the world.
Original sin and a mutilation of the Soul King.
Tsunayashiro, fearing the Soul King's power, tore off the right arm of stillness and the left arm of progress. The other ancestors joined in, mutilating the Soul King, tearing out his heart, his organs, dismembering his legs as well, in order to create a puppet king for their convenience.
The concept of original sin, an intrinsic flaw or inherent negativity present in all souls, finds a chilling echo in the actions of the 5 noble houses of Soul Society. Driven by fear and aspiration, they committed the original sin of the Bleach universe, the mutilation of the Soul King. This transgression constitutes a severe violation of the natural equilibrium, disrupting the harmony of existence and creating an inherent imbalance in the universe. The ramifications of this primordial act of violence were far-reaching. It set in motion a chain of events that would reverberate throughout history, influencing the fates of countless souls and fueling the ongoing struggle between opposing factions.
Black parasites, manifestations of sin and suffering.
The black parasites released when Yggdrasil absorbs the Soul King carry profound symbolic weight. They represent the consequences of original sin and the pervasive nature of suffering. The black parasites aligns with the symbolism of darkness and evil in many cultures, reflecting their destructive potential. As parasites, they embody the way sin or karma can cling to and drain a person or society, hindering spiritual growth and fostering negativity. Furthermore, these parasites can be interpreted through a Buddhist lens as manifestations of Kleshas, mental states that cloud the mind and lead to suffering. They represent the negative karma and defilements that arise from the fragmentation of the Soul King and the actions of those who sought to control him. These parasites symbolize the corruption and suffering that can afflict even those striving for spiritual purity, highlighting the ongoing struggle against inner darkness and the challenges on the path to enlightenment. Delving deeper, these parasites also tap into the Jungian concept of the shadow self, representing the unconscious, repressed aspects of the psyche that often contain primal instincts and negative emotions. They symbolize the darkness that can fester within even the most seemingly pure beings, highlighting the ongoing struggle against inner demons and the challenges on the path to spiritual wholeness.
The Soul King as Yggdrasil, the Cosmic Tree.
The image of the Soul King's fragmented body forming the foundation of the Bleach universe resonates deeply with the concept of the Cosmic Tree, a powerful archetype found in various mythologies. Yggdrasil, the world tree of Norse mythology, connects the 9 realms of existence, its roots reaching into the underworld, its trunk rising through the mortal realm, and its branches extending into the heavens. Similarly, the Soul King's body, even in its fragmented state, serves as a unifying force, connecting the different realms of the Bleach universe. His various parts, scattered and repurposed, maintain the delicate balance and flow of souls between Soul Society, the human world, and Huko Mundo. This parallel reinforces the idea of the Soul King as a central pillar of reality, a source of interconnectedness that sustains the very fabric of existence. However, his fragmentation disrupts this cosmic axis, threatening the stability of the universe and foreshadowing the challenges that lie ahead.
The 4 races, and the Soul King's fragmentation.
The fracturing of the Soul King mirrors the division of the worlds and the introduction of life and death. This act of separation birthed the 4 races of the Bleach universe: humans and Quincy, representing the living Shinigami, upholding structure and the natural cycle, Yhwach personifying the sacred and destructive, and Hollows existing as the polar opposite of the Soul King's will. This division reflects the fractured nature of the Bleach universe itself. It indicates that the Soul King's plan is to engineer a dynamic interplay between opposing powers, leading to the continued growth and evolution of all souls.
The Soul King's fragmentation, a closer look.
The Soul King's heart manifests miracles, giving form to the thoughts, feelings, and desires of the user and those around him. Through the power of miracles, the Soul King separated the primordial sea into the 3 worlds, establishing the foundations of existence.
The heart of the Soul King, Gerard Valkyrie.
Gerard Valkyrie, the imposing Sternritter M, stands as a unique figure in the Bleach universe, embodying the very heart of the Soul King. His resolute faith, his indefatigable spirit, and his extraordinary abilities make him an indomitable force, a testament to the enduring power of the Soul King's essence.
The engine of miracles.
Gerard's Shrift, the miracle, grants him the power to manifest miracles based on the thoughts, feelings, and desires of himself and those around him. This ability reflects the heart's role as the center of emotions and beliefs, the driving force behind human actions and aspirations.
Unassailable faith.
Gerard possesses an unshakable faith in Yhwach, believing him to be the true savior. This unyielding faith fuels his power and allows him to perform extraordinary feats, reflecting the power of belief to redefine reality and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
The indomitable spirit.
Gerard embodies the indomitable spirit of the human heart, the heroic will to survive and overcome adversity. His ability to convert damage into strength reflects the heart's resilience, its capacity to endure hardship and emerge stronger.
The hope of humanity.
Gerard, as the heart of the Soul King, can be seen as representing the hope of humanity, the enduring belief in a better future. His steadfast faith and indomitable spirit inspire those around him, offering a beacon of hope in the face of despair.
The Valkyrie connection.
Gerard's name and appearance draw inspiration from Norse mythology, particularly the Valkyries, female figures who decide who lives and dies in battle. This connection reinforces his role as a warrior who embodies the ideals of courage, strength, and unassailable faith.
The Shield of Faith.
Gerard's ability to manifest a large shield reflects the heart's role as a protector, shielding the vulnerable and offering refuge in times of need. This shield symbolizes the power of faith to protect and defend against adversity.
The Sword of Spirit.
Gerard's ability to manifest a sword mirrors the concept of the Sword of the Spirit found in various religious traditions. This sword represents the power of faith to overcome obstacles and fight for what is right.
The Cycle of Rebirth.
Gerard's ability to resurrect himself after seemingly fatal injuries reflects the cyclical nature of the heart, its capacity to persevere and regenerate. This cycle symbolizes the continuous renewal of life and the persevering power of hope.
A symbol of hope and resilience.
Gerard Valkyrie, the heart of the Soul King, stands as a symbol of hope and resilience in the Bleach universe. He personifies the stalwart faith, the courageous spirit, and the miraculous potential that resides within the human heart. His presence enhances the story, adding dimensions of depth and nuance to the exploration of themes such as belief, courage, and the indomitable power of the human spirit.
The Right Arm of Stagnation.
The Soul King's right arm governs stagnation and stillness, the cessation of development, growth, progress, and change. It could prevent anything that tries to change or develop from happening. The power of the right arm of stagnation maintains the separation of the worlds, preventing collapse and preserving the fragile equilibrium.
The Right Arm of Stagnation, Mimihagi.
Mimihagi, the detached right arm of the Soul King, embodies the principle of stagnation, the antithesis of progress and change. This enigmatic entity, often depicted as a shadowy figure with a single penetrating eye, plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of the Bleach universe.
Yin Principle.
Mimihagi embodies the Yin principle of Taoist philosophy, representing passivity, stillness, and the preservation of the existing order. This contrasts with Yughabug, who embodies the Yang principle, representing activity, change, and progress.
The Stabilizing Force.
Mimihagi's primary function is to prevent the collapse of the three worlds: Soul Society, the Human World, and Hugo Mundo. This stabilizing force ensures the continuation of existence, preventing the realms from dissolving back into the primordial chaos from which they emerged.
The Silent Guardian.
Unlike Pernida Parnkgjas, the left arm of the Soul King, Mimihagi is a silent and seemingly passive entity. Its power lies in maintaining the status quo, preventing drastic changes that could disrupt the delicate balance of the universe.
Connection to Ukitake.
Mimihagi forms a unique connection with Jushiro Yukitake, the captain of the 13th Division. This connection grants Yukitake extraordinary longevity, but also makes him susceptible to Mimihagi's influence. Yukitake's eventual sacrifice to become Mimihagi's host further solidifies this connection, highlighting the entity's role in choosing souls to carry out its will.
The Eye of Providence.
Mimihagi's single eye evokes the symbol of the Eye of Providence, often associated with divine omniscience and watchfulness. This imagery reinforces Mimihagi's role as a guardian, a silent observer who oversees the balance of the universe.
The Unseen Hand.
Mimihagi's influence is often subtle and unseen, operating behind the scenes to maintain stability. This mirrors the concept of the unseen hand in economics and philosophy, which describes the forces that guide and form events without direct intervention.
The Shadow of Progress.
Mimihagi can be seen as the shadow of progress, a necessary counterbalance to the forces of change and evolution. Without stagnation, progress can become destructive and chaotic. Mimihagi ensures that change occurs within a framework of stability, preventing the universe from spiraling into uncontrolled chaos.
A Force of Preservation.
Mimihagi, the right arm of stagnation, stands as a vital force in the Bleach universe. It is a silent guardian, a steadfast force that preserves the precarious equilibrium between the realms and safeguards the continuation of existence. Its mysterious nature and deep connections to various concepts and figures enrich the story, illuminating the importance of harmony and the interplay between opposing entities in the vast fabric of reality. Furthermore, Mimihagi's role as a force of preservation demonstrates the necessity of balancing progress with preservation, guaranteeing that the pursuit of advancement does not disrupt the delicate order of the universe.
The left arm of progress.
The left arm of the Soul King governs progression and advancement, the enhancement of oneself and others via accelerated evolution. The left arm is the prime mover for the cycle of life, death, and the flow of souls through the realms of samsara.
The left arm of progress. Pernida Parnkgjas.
Pernida Parnkgjas personifies the principle of progress, the unceasing quest for advancement and change. This enigmatic entity, often depicted as a grotesque hand with a single two-irised eye in its palm, plays a vital role in the ever-shifting balance of power that defines the Bleach universe.
Yang principle.
Pernida exemplifies the Yang principle of Taoist philosophy, representing action, vigor, and the ceaseless drive for progress. This contrasts with Mimihagi, the right arm of stagnation, which embodies the Yang principle, representing passivity, stillness, and preservation.
The evolutionary impulse.
Pernida's primary function is to drive evolution, to push the boundaries of existence and propel the universe towards new possibilities. This relentless pursuit of progress can be seen as a necessary counterbalance to the forces of stagnation, ensuring that the universe does not stagnate and succumb to entropy.
The compulsory.
Pernida's thrift, the compulsory, grants it the ability to manipulate and control the evolution of any living being it touches. This power reflects Pernida's role as the embodiment of progress, the force that drives adaptation and change.
The adaptable warrior.
Pernida is a formidable combatant capable of adapting and evolving in response to any threat. This adaptability reflects the ever-changing nature of progress, the constant push towards new forms and possibilities.
The eyes of evolution.
The eyes in Pernida's palm symbolizes its focused vision on progress and evolution. These eyes represent the relentless pursuit of advancement, the unwavering drive to push beyond limitations and explore new frontiers.
The hand of creation.
Pernida's form as a hand symbolizes its role in shaping and molding the future. This hand represents the creative power of progress, the ability to forge new paths and shape the destiny of the universe.
The unseen architect.
Pernida's influence, like Mimihagi's, is often subtle and unseen. It operates behind the scenes, guiding the evolutionary trajectory of life and shaping the course of events.
The shadow of stagnation.
Pernida can be seen as the shadow of stagnation, a necessary counterbalance to the forces of preservation and tradition. Without progress, the universe would stagnate and succumb to decay. Pernida ensures that change occurs, pushing the boundaries of existence and preventing the universe from falling into a state of unchanging monotony.
A force of change.
Pernida Parnkgjas, the left arm of progress, functions as a vital power in the Bleach universe. It is a relentless engine of change, a driving force that propels the universe towards new possibilities and ensures the continuation of evolution. Its mysterious nature and deep connections to various concepts and figures illuminate the importance of progress and the ever-shifting balance of power in the universe.
The four races and spiritually sensitive beings.
Each of the four races in Bleach represents a different facet of the Soul King's power, reflecting the diverse expressions of his fragmented being. Furthermore, the existence of Fullbringers, humans with a unique sensitivity to the spiritual essence of objects, expands upon this concept of fragmented power.
Shinigami and language.
The Soul King's mastery of language extends to the Shinigami, who wield words as a source of power. Kido and incantations, Zanpakuto release commands, and even the act of communication itself highlight the importance of language in their abilities. Perhaps the Soul King maintains reality through a form of divine language, the fundamental rules that govern existence and the flow of reishi.
Quincy and ritual shapes.
Quincy practice a unique form of spiritual archery where the construction of their weapons and the drawing of their bows are imbued with ritualistic significance. Their manipulation of reshaped, the spiritual particles that make up the universe, is closely tied to shapes and forms. The Quincy ability to mold and shape spiritual energy could be seen as tapping into the Soul King's blueprint for reality.
Hollows and raw emotional power.
Hollows are born from intense negative emotions, the lingering regrets and despair of souls unable to find peace. Their very existence is fueled by raw emotional power, a primal force that drives their actions and desires. The Soul King might also represent the emotional core of existence, the driving force behind life and death, and the source of spiritual energy.
Humans, the living embodiment.
Humans, with their capacity for empathy, compassion, and connection to the physical world, represent the living embodiment of the Soul King's creative power. They are the bridge between the spiritual and material realms, embodying the potential for both growth and destruction.
Fullbringers and inner structure.
Fullbringers possess a unique ability to manipulate the souls within objects, altering their properties and functions. Their powers reflect a deep connection to the inner workings of reality, the hidden structures that govern the physical world. They can subtly alter reality, blurring the lines between the physical and spiritual. This hints at a connection to the fundamental rules governing reality, perhaps interacting with a fragment of the Soul King's own essence.
The Soul King as a synthesis.
These diverse expressions of power, language, structure, essence, and emotion ultimately converge in the Soul King. Each faction represents a different facet of his fragmented being, a testament to the multifaceted nature of existence. Ichigo, as a hybrid of all four races, embodies this synthesis, possessing the potential to understand or even replace the Soul King. To truly comprehend the Soul King's power, one must understand these diverse aspects and their interconnectedness. The Soul King's fragmentation is not merely an act of violence, but a catalyst for growth and evolution, a driving force behind the dynamic interplay of opposing forces that transforms the Bleach universe.